If you're a business owner with ADHD symptoms, ambitious, unconventional, and tired of watching your business stall out, this is for you. You open your laptop every morning, already behind, your inbox is full, trust me, I know. Your team is waiting and somehow the day is half gone. I hear this all the time, where you've done everything but you're not actually moving the business forward. You're working long hours, but you're not building momentum, drowning in tasks, ashamed of the chaos, and scared to delegate because you don't want people to see the mess. And even though you've tried planners, productivity apps, and business groups, it still feels like your brain and your business are fighting each other. But you're not the only brilliant person who is secretly drowning. What I want to show you today are systems that we have designed, research-backed, to fit your brain and finally bring stability, growth, and calm to your business. Even if you've tried everything before, trust me, you have not tried this. I've seen this work across industries. For example, a manufacturing co-owner with 150 staff who went from constant firefighting to clear priorities and consistent wins, bringing his execution up and his stress down. And you can see a message that he took the time to share here. We also had a business owner who would procrastinate until the last minute, super successful, but he was not getting things done when it came to boring tasks like slides and keynotes. And now he's saying, for the first time ever, I'm ahead of the tasks that I found the most boring. And we also had entrepreneurs who've been stuck for months filling his client roster within 30 days and actually going on to hire his first VA to keep up with the demand. The transformation did not come from working harder. It came from rebuilding everything from the ground up for an ADHD brain. My name is Skye Waterson. I'm the founder of Unconventional Organisation. Before I built this program, I burned out hard. I was deep in academia, finishing my master's, working 2 jobs, just trying to get things done, which was incredibly frustrating. I built rigid schedules that would collapse by Wednesday, and I would find myself on the floor surrounded by color-coded notes thinking, why can't I just make this work like everybody else? That crash that I eventually got when I finished my master's and I just could not do it anymore forced me to rebuild everything from scratch, this time for my brain and for my business. I actually left my master's and spent a year as a cashier in a bakery, and it didn't matter that I had potential or that my university had offered me a PhD scholarship. This person here was burned out trying to put my brain in everybody's box. But when I was diagnosed with ADHD, I realized that I wasn't broken. I was not unfixable. It was the system that was stopping me from reaching my potential. Everything I'd been taught about time management was built for a brain that just wasn't mine. So I started a PhD and rebuilt from the ground up. I used dopamine, working memory, all of my research experience as a foundation. And within 5 years, I'd actually rebuilt my life and built a 6-figure business, helping others to do the same. And then I realized that the people who needed this, they weren't just professionals, they were business owners, brilliant, ambitious, capable people whose success depended on the systems that didn't fit their brains. People like me. And here's the engine behind all of these results. Let me show you how it works. The process is simple. More focus, more time, scalable, predictable growth. That's what we're looking for. If we look at Get Focused, what we're looking at is how to identify 20% of the tasks that are making 80% of your income. Often people are doing the opposite. They're doing those 80% tasks that are giving you the 20% return. Then we're looking at how to filter your priorities in 10 minutes and how to make confident decisions fast. I have customers who used to swear they have 200 tasks to do today. No one ever has more than 5, which I think is quite fun. Then we want to go into how to get your time back. We want to remove resistance and finally finish those tasks that you've been avoiding. Our goal is always to get you 5 hours back in the first 2 weeks, and we do that by helping you stop being unfocused and to prioritize and actually get things done when you need to get them done. Build a business that you can see at a glance is the other thing we want to do. We want you to stop scaling chaos. We want you to build a business that you can see at a glance, something that can grow so you're not driving down that highway with the lights off, just going faster and faster with that anxiety. And then we also want to help you give away your most frustrating tasks and delegate in minutes instead of weeks. And the payoff? Evenings where you can actually be present again, where you can spend time with your family. point. Then the third piece is scalable, predictable growth. So that's where we want to build ADHD friendly consistency. We want to track the right numbers. We want to lead with confidence, and you'll still be you, but supported more for those highs and lows with that consistent energy flow. Focused, balanced growth isn't just about forcing yourself to work harder. It's about making your efforts count. Every client highlights the same thing. When your systems match your brain, everything changes. So here's the real enemy. The real enemy is bad advice from people who don't know how our brains work. And we've all heard it. Just wake up at 5 a.m. Time block every minute. Do the Pomodoro. It's just 25 minutes with a 5-minute break and another 25 minutes after that. Plan your week on Sunday and just stick to it. Just hire an operations manager. If you've got ADHD, that advice is like being handed a series of puzzle pieces from the wrong box. You keep trying to make them fit, and when they don't, you blame yourself. But the truth is you're not lazy or inconsistent. You're just following instructions written for someone else's brain. And this is so common when we have ADHD. So my mission is simple. I want to help ADHD business owners build a business and life that they actually love. You've been taught that success means discipline and rigidity. But for us, success actually means freedom, flow, and follow through. Inconsistent consistency, structured accountability, those kinds of things that are going to help you. You don't need to fix your brain to fix your business. Everyone with ADHD deserves to be financially successful. So stop forcing yourself into systems that hate your brain and start building one that loves it. Your problem isn't effort. You've proven you can work hard. I know the stories, the late nights, the things that you didn't think you get done, but they got done at the last minute. The real problem is that your brain and your systems are out of sync. It's like pressing the gas on a car stuck in the wrong gear. The engine is roaring, but you're not going anywhere. And that's exactly what focus balanced growth is built to fix. It's the engine underneath the chaos so that effort finally equals progress. So let me tell you a few stories around this of people whose lives have been changed. Some of them we've already touched on. Some of them I'm going to go a little bit deeper on here today. As I mentioned, I work with a co-owner of a manufacturing company who came to me paralyzed with many, many different priorities. There was hundreds of moving parts, no clarity, and together we built a 10-minute filter to identify the 20% of tasks that were driving 80% of his results. Now, as you can see here, he knows exactly what to do each day. There's no overthinking. There's no chaos, and he told me, "You've helped me reframe my approach to challenges, to establish sustainable systems and tap into strengths that were there all along. I feel way more confident in my ability to balance leadership, execution, and personal well-being." And then we have the wonderful James Laughlin, whose book is now best-selling in Australia and New Zealand. He had me on his podcast, and after hearing what I had to say, he realized that ADHD was behind some of his procrastination. He is working at such a high level, but in reality, there were things that he was still putting off, things that he still wasn't getting done. He used to put off slide prep, for example, for weeks before every keynote. He would do it on the day, even though he loved working with these people. But after joining, I showed him how to step into focus, and he was able to reclaim hours every week ahead of the launch of his now very, very popular book. Russ is an entrepreneur who followed me for over a year, and he wanted to join and he wanted to start, but he kept saying, "What if I spend the money and I can't follow through?" Like, it was important to him that he got that return on investment. And he did. We went through, and within 30 days, he built more momentum and revenue than in the last 6 months. He filled his client roster, and he started looking for his first VA, and he was very, very excited to have a full roster for the first time ever, and it's only growing from there. Then we worked with Tiana, who was a client who almost didn't join because of time and cost worries. But 30 days later, she hit her revenue goal for the month and said that focus balanced growth gave her so much more confidence to actually try and sell in a way that worked for her and for her brain. And she's not scared of rejection anymore. Then we have another client of mine who is working in a gallery. She's an artist, and she was able to recently drop off her work in a gallery that used to be her dream. She said, "There are so many great artists there, and now I am proud to be one of them." That's the point. It's progress built for your brain that leads to results that you can't even imagine. Manufacturing owners, trade owners, healthcare professionals, creatives, all once overwhelmed, procrastinating, and exhausted are now leading with clarity, finishing what they start, and seeing consistent, sustainable growth. Every one of them has said the same thing. It finally fits. It finally works for me. It finally works for my brain. So if this feels like the shift that you've been waiting for, here's what you can do next. Click the link below and take the focused, balanced growth quiz to see how your brain really works best. In just a few minutes, you'll be able to identify your biggest ADHD related bottlenecks, get clear on your goals and the next step, and see if the program is a fit, or get directed to another resource that will be even better for you. Either way, you'll walk away with clarity and a plan. We only take 8 new business owners a month, and once those spaces are gone, they're gone. So if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and finally build systems that work with your brain, click the link now. Imagine what kind of clarity it would feel like to wake up tomorrow morning, feeling calm, feeling clear, and excited to start the day because your business finally runs in sync with your brain. That's focused, balanced growth, and I'd love to help you make that happen.